Hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Real Results Show. I see some of you are already hopping on. And if you are ready to dig in, drop the word bold into the chat. We are going to send you our 3-step guide to getting real results. You don't want to miss the 3-step guide. It is going to give you some amazing tips and tools, resources that every health coach needs. So make sure to grab that guide. This is the Real Results Show, where every week we feature real health coaches and health practitioners getting real results for themselves and for their clients. My name is Piper Gibson. I am the Director of Course Enrollment for Functional Diagnostic Nutrition, and I am super excited to have with me Kimber Krosschell. How are you, Kimber?
Hi, great. Thank you, Piper. It's good to be here.
Yes, I'm super excited to have you and to dig in and get all of the fantastic info from you today. Today, Kimber and I are going to be talking about you got this, be confident, be bold, be the difference. I love this title, so this is going to be awesome to chat with you about. I would love to know what prompted you to become an FDN?
Yeah, so, like a lot of people through really my health journey, I had kind of a hiccup in my health, and I just, after spending thousands of dollars going to traditional medicine, ended up kind of stumbling upon a friend of mine who's an MD. And although she couldn't really take my case, but she partnered with me to try to be my sounding board. And so she just kept telling me, you have got this in you. Here's some books, start studying. Let's figure this out. You do the work, I'll be the sounding board. And so it was really through that that I was able to kind of heal myself. And she looked at me one day and she said, you did it, girl, and you have a gift. And you need to use this gift. And so then she actually researched, because she just has a different look about it coming from the medical world, and kind of gave me some choices. And I kind of stumbled into functional diagnostic nutrition, and that's kind of where it all began. It was definitely because it was more lab-based that was just a selling key, and that we test, we don't guess.
I love that. That's a fantastic story. And one of those that, we've all had the health struggles and we really have to work on ourselves, and FDN can really help to get you there. So that's fantastic. I love it. And we have Debbie and Sherry and Liz joining us today. If you guys have questions for myself or for Kimber, please make sure to drop them in the chat or below the video. We would love to know what kind of questions you have. And don't forget to drop the word bold below the video to get your 3-step guide. Kimber, how long did it take you to complete the course?
Yeah, great question. So actually, it was about 9 months, but I did take a 2-month sabbatical. Had a little hiccup in life, and so I had to kind of step away for about 2 months. And then, so it took me 9 months, but, really studying and actually doing the work was about 7.
And when did you graduate?
I actually graduated in December, just a couple of months ago, really.
Fantastic. Well, how are you, since you are new, and I think this is a great question for somebody who is fresh out of the FDN course and new into health coaching, is how do you plan to build your business? Like, what are you doing? What is your plan?
Yep, great question. So I really started before I even graduated. I took people along with me on my journey. I announced when I was going back to school. I made it kind of a personal goal to, after each module, I would put on Facebook, hey, did you know? Or I'd say things, I'm learning so much. And I had people curious all through that 9-month journey. And so when I actually graduated, I had people sitting on the bench ready for me to jump into helping them. And then I stair-stepped. I chose one person just to kind of be my spokesperson. So I said, you pay for all the supplements and the labs, and I won't charge you anything, my fee. Just be a spokesperson, do some personal testimonies, and let people know that I'm out here and that it's working. And then after that, I continued to stair step with just what I would charge. And because I knew that I wasn't quite, I needed some experience under my belt. And yet I also needed some income. So
There you
I
go.
thought I'll stair step. And I will tell you, I counted up shortly before because I thought maybe people would want to know, but I have currently, I'm working with 12 clients, and I have 6 more that I have appointments, free consultation calls with scheduled.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
So, are those clients that you're currently working with, or the 6 that you have in line, are those coming from referrals? Are they?
they are. Yes, referrals. I've also, so I also popped into some different groups on Facebook and just said, "Hey, I would love to offer my services and do a free seminar on whatever topic." Obviously, I just went to different groups on Facebook, and I sandwiched it. I just told them I thought they were doing a fantastic job. Obviously, I was sincere, and I didn't want to be a part of a Facebook group that wasn't doing a fantastic job,
Right.
and let them know that I would love to just do a free seminar sometime for them. And if they would be interested, let me know. And so I got a lot of interest on that. And so I've had people actually seek me out through that. Then I did actually give them 10% back of what I charged that client that I received from that seminar, kind of as a thank you and as a would you want to have me again? And so far I'm booked with a couple of them again. So
That's awesome. That's really fantastic. I love that. And I think that is a great idea. If you guys would love to have a referral based business, just like Kimber, let me know. Give me the hearts, give me the emojis, type in there that you would love it. We want to know, would you love to have a referral based business as well? You know, that what you shared about sharing while with your friends and your family while you're going through the course is really how I did it as well. And that really benefited me. I had 5 people that, like you said, sitting on the bench ready to go when I graduated. So, people really worry about, am I going to be able to get clients? But if you share your story and you share what you're doing, it makes it so much easier to get those
oh,
people
it
that are
does.
ready for change.
Yeah, it does. And it's not exactly comfortable. I don't love having my face out there and telling about myself all the time. I'm more of a liker and a commenter on other people's Facebooks. I'm not so much a poster myself. So it was out of my comfort zone. Um, but I'm glad that I did it. I'm glad I walked out of that comfort zone while I was working towards, yeah, having my virtual practice.
Yes.
And I do want to add, Piper, one thing that I initially was partnered with some chiropractors before I graduated. Also, I went into some chiropractors and some local natural. Well, they're not naturopath. They're DOs, so they kind of think a little bit more alternatively, and let them know also that I was graduating. This is what I intended to do. I wanted to hold some seminars. Would they be interested in partnering in these seminars? Just local library seminars and whatnot. And they were all on board. They were very excited. And then COVID hit. So that shut that down. And that is the reason I had to think, okay, I need to get in front of people. I have something to offer. And that's why I decided to go inward to the Facebook groups and make myself and introduce myself
I
because I
think that's
couldn't get
amazing.
out
I
there.
love that.
Thank you.
Absolutely. How has the functional lab testing and using lab testing with the FDN approach really helped solve either your own issues or your clients' issues?
Yeah. So amazing. I love the term that FDN uses, test, don't guess, and how
Mhm.
true that is. I find that I can have my sneaky suspicions, right? I mean, we're trained to have that sneaky suspicion. And like many of you out there, you probably have a gift in this, and that's why you are doing it. So, but what you don't know is to what extent is going on. And so that changes everything when you actually really understand what to what extent the hormones are out of balance, or the food sensitivities are, or the gut is messed up. I
Mhm.
mean, it's that to what extent that I love, and really gives you a definite direction of what to do.
Yeah, absolutely. And I totally agree with that 100%. One of the really awesome things about FDN is our fantastic supportive community. How has the community supported you in your business and health endeavors?
Oh, amazing. So, first of all, once you graduate and you become a member of the AFDN-P, there's a whole support network in there that is fantastic. And you're not alone. I mean, I think the scariest thing upon graduation is saying, do I really know enough to help people?
Mhm.
And and what I just kept saying, and that's why I chose the topic to be bold, is because you do know more than they know. And that's what you just have to keep saying. I do know more than they know. Now, if you get into some of the Facebook groups, you'll start to hear things that are be like, oh my word, I have no idea what they're talking about. And um, this is the other thing that I've realized in this business is you want, when you start it's a phrase I all of a sudden I can't think of. The more you know, the more you don't know, and I have realized that the closer I think to really knowing it, the more I really know I don't know it. And somebody pops out something, I'm like, holy cow, I had no idea that
Mhm.
ever existed. And instead of beating myself up, oh, I'm not good, I'm not experienced enough, I Google it, I do a little question asking, and I accept that I don't know everything. And that when I get stumped, I have a great support system with AFDNP to go to. And so I love that. I feel like I can even tell each one of my clients that I am backed by a medical advisory team and a support system that is just a ton of years worth of knowledge. And so they can feel confident that if I don't know the answer, that I will find it out.
Yes, and bold is our word today. We are going to give you guys our 3-step guide to getting real results for yourself and for your clients. So drop the word bold below the video so you can grab that awesome handout for today. Kimber, do you have an ideal client or a niche that you work with?
Yeah. So I really have found I'm fairly open. Now, that's one thing I also realized coming out. I'm like, oh, I'll work with anyone. But that's like a general practitioner. And I really found that I probably fall more in the endocrinology realm of things and helping people with hormonal, thyroid, blood sugar, those types of realms. And so a lot of times women tend to fall into that. And so I find myself working predominantly with women so far. However, I do have on the books a couple of men that are those that I have appointments with, those consultation calls coming up. So I'm very excited to start working with them as well, because men have hormonal issues just as much as women. And so, yes, so that's the endocrinology side of things is where I'm leaning.
Are you part-time, full-time? I heard you say you're virtual.
I am virtual. I didn't think I would be virtual, but I became
You are
virtual.
now.
I am now, and it seems to work. I had to figure it out, and it seems to work for me, and I have my system down. So, not that I am against meeting with anyone, but I have found that I can actually work smarter, not harder, when I am virtual. So, meaning I get to book tighter, my appointments a lot tighter being virtual. Um, and I also am globally. So I have 3 of the 12 people I'm working with are in Japan, Indonesia, and Africa. So
That's
um,
awesome.
that makes it really exciting as well to be able to be virtual. I am striving to be full time. And I kind of right now just still learning all the loops. I know that every client is about 2 hours a week. So, and I know that will get less for me, but that's my comfort time period right now for each client. So, yeah, I have, active 12 clients I'm working with. That's about 24 hours, but my goal is 17. That was my goal starting out, and that's my goal. And so I'm looking forward to that.
When I first invited you on the show, you were really worried about, you were fresh out of FDN, you were worried about having clients, and now you have a whole caseload with a waiting list.
Yes, I know. Crazy. I just didn't think I'd have too much to offer because I'm so new, and you were very encouraging to say, "Oh no, you have lots to offer."
You
So,
absolutely do have lots to offer. And so I'm so glad that you decided to join me today. Is there a way that people watching us can get in touch with you? Website, social media, email?
yes, absolutely. So, would you like me to say that out loud or post that someplace?
You can.
Yeah. Okay. So, you can find me on my website, which is lifetimeremedy.com slash or backslash for health. Okay, so that is my website, and then you can email me at Kimber.Krosschell. I don't know if you see my name anywhere, but I can spell it all out for you. It's kind of a lengthy one.
I think I think it's on the title of the video where people will be able to see it, but we can
Okay,
definitely
awesome.
put it in the chat.
Okay, so my email is very simple. It's just kimber.krosschell@gmail.com, and I would love to visit with anyone. My goal is to, yeah, and just support each other. That's what it's all about. We're a huge community, and I love that. And I always think we have to help each other, and I would love to help anybody in any way.
Do you have a number one tip, tool, or resource, something that you learned from FDN that has really made all of the difference in either your personal health or your profession, the health of your clients as a professional?
Mm. Um, you know, I think stress. I think we underestimate stress.
Yeah.
I knew stress was a big deal, but I don't know if I really totally understood that stress affected so much the world within. And and I knew that I would get a headache from stress, and I knew that stress would make me tired, and I knew all those things that we just know, but I didn't know that stress actually could cause leaky gut, and I didn't know that stress could cause my hormones to be in such disarray and imbalance, and that stress could affect my liver. And I just didn't really understand that. And so, really understanding the effects of stress and then how to work with stress, because I'm a type A personality. So, I know that stress is something I'm going to butt up against all the time. Yeah. So, I really realized that just really came to the top right away in my own health journey of I've got to have some real go-to things to help me relieve stress and how important it is, and not to wait for the headache. And yeah, so stress and what it does to the inside world within.
That's right. Mia said she's just joining us and she doesn't know what the word bold means, but she's all in. So Mia, the word bold is going to get you our 3-step guide to getting real results for yourself and for your clients. So make sure to check your messaging and you'll be able to get that, that 3-step guide to download. And everybody, we have a lot of people who have typed in the word bold: Alexandra, Catherine, Ezra, Mary, Sarah, Vandana. So if you guys have questions, absolutely drop them below. We would love to answer any questions that you might have. Kimber, is there a piece of advice that you'd like to share with other health coaches or professionals who might be watching us right now?
Well, yeah, just do it. I mean, you don't. It's fear that stops you from doing anything. And if you just help one person, you'll start to learn and you'll start to feel more confident. And those victories, um, like right before the call, I was on with a client, and she's just doing amazing. And you just want to just do a happy dance. And sometimes you just sit back and you go, wow, I kind of know it. I can't not know everything, but I kind of, it's working, right? If you work the dress protocol, if you just work what you learned, it does work. And that's the exciting thing. But the other thing I learned is I I would say if you're just new starting out, don't focus so heavily on a website. Um, Focus more, and this is something I learned how important your social media presence is, especially now. Focus more on creating a social media presence about yourself, than worrying so much about your website, because you can have a really amazing website, but if you don't have a social media presence, they're not really going to be able to find you very well. So focus on that. Focus on your social media presence, and then worry about your website. And another thing, because I am that type A personality, progress, not perfection, just progress. Um, all those perfected things will come into play later. Um, just progress and just get yourself moving and get the feel and understand where the need lies, what's good for you, and hopefully, it'll all work out for you. Just
That's
move.
that is fantastic advice. What about, do you have a piece of advice you would like to offer to people who might be struggling with their own health?
There's hope. There is hope. There's hope for healing. That's kind of my motto. That's what I like to say pretty much all the time is there is hope for healing. Um, Sometimes you have to step back. You just kind of, you can get so caught up in um, eating 100% correct and doing everything 100% correct and so many supplements that you're actually stressing yourself out with that. And so sometimes you just have to stop, step back, live a little bit, and then, oh, somebody wants me, and then move forward. And that, so I guess maybe take a look at that, but sometimes you are your own stress.
Catherine wants to know where you are located and what type of Facebook groups did you become a member of to introduce yourself and your services?
Um, well, I am located, meaning like where I live. I live in Northwest Iowa, so in a little tiny town. So somebody from Northwest Iowa, like myself, can in a little tiny town. It was probably inevitable that I'd be virtual. Um, the Facebook groups, there's so many. Since I kind of am falling into that endocrinology, there's a lot. If you just type in anything that you feel like, start with what you, most of us have a personal story. Start with the things that you most relate to. So if your personal story is um, digestion, then type in some digestion groups. Um, so I typed in, um, yeah, I belong to groups like gallbladder groups. I belong to groups that are just general holistic groups. Like um, I I can't even tell you all of them right now. I just kind of went on, and anything that looked kind of interesting, I just kind of did. So I hope that helps. But stay kind of with what you feel comfortable and what you would like to learn about.
Right. And so, one of the things that I learned a lot was market research. And you can do that by looking at what it is you're interested in. What is your story? What is the reason that you are on this path? And then you can research that. And one of the great places to research that is Facebook. Get involved in those Facebook groups. And that can really kind of give you a lot of answers to what other people are dealing with.
Yes. Yeah. I guess that's what I was trying to say. So thank
Yeah,
you.
you're welcome. So tell us one more time, Kimber, how everybody can get in touch with you.
Yes. Wait. Feel free to email me. I would love for you to email me. And my email again is my first name, Kimber, dot, then my last name, Krosschell, lifetimeremedy@gmail.com. You may also go to my website, which is lifetimeremedy.com and then /for-health. You can find me there and read about what I do there. And I am on Facebook also under Lifetime Remedy. You can find me there. And you can message me on Facebook as well. So I think I'm pretty easy to get a hold of.
There you go.
Call me too if you want.
Don't put your phone number out on Facebook.
I'm not gonna. you have to find that someplace in one of those places I just said.
Yeah, don't do that. Kimber, thank you so much for being on the show today to share insights with others to really get real long-term results for themselves and for their clients. So if you are interested in finding more out about the Functional Diagnostic Nutrition course, you can go to functionaldiagnosticnutrition.com/counselor and schedule a call with one of the course counselors. We would absolutely love to connect with you. And if you are watching the replay, make sure to drop the word bold into the chat, and feel free to keep dropping all of your information below the video. Any kind of questions you have, we will definitely come back and answer those. So thank you again, Kimber, for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. And I will be back here same time, same place next week with a new guest. So thank you guys for joining me today. I hope you have a great rest of your day.
Awesome. Thanks, everybody. Bye.